What's up guys, this is Mike, or FearCrads, or Crads, TYT Crads, whatever you want to call me. That is by all means fine, as long as it's not like you're a faggot or all that kind of stuff. But anyway, I thought I would do an introduction video talking about myself, you know, introducing me, saying hello, also talking about our plans with TYT, you know, what we want to achieve with it, what was our reasoning for getting into competitive, and really what we want to get from this and where we see ourselves in the future and everything like that. So without further ado, this is Mike, and let's get into it. So first off, if you don't know who I am, my name is Mike, which is my real name. My online name is FearCrads. I run a YouTube channel, a gaming YouTube channel with 296,000 subscribers, which is mainly Call of Duty. I also have a second channel, which is mostly Minecraft, and I also have around 25,000 subscribers on that channel. Basically built my channel around Call of Duty gameplays, you know, talking about them, sometimes trying to give tips out, but I was kind of renowned as uploading, you know, some of the best public gameplays, you know, lots of MOABs, high-scoring games and everything like that. And that's really how I built my channel up and got to where I am right now. My name FearCrads, and this is why I try and, you know, don't use the name Fear in competitive, and you know, every time we play at LAN, I make sure I use the name Crads or TYT Crads, everything like that. Really trying to drop the fear in the competitive industry. And the reason for that is because I get a lot, yo, are you in Team FearCrads? You gotta be in Fear with that name. No, I'm not in Team Fear. I've never have been in Team Fear. The reasoning that I have FearCrads is because I used to fanboy them back in Call of Duty 4. I used to be a huge Team Fear fanboy when they had like Moho, Assassin, and I was like, oh man, these guys are awesome. I know, I'm gonna use FearCrads, and like, I just had the name FearCrads. But within competitive, I don't want those to overlap, and I don't want people to get confused all the time. So that's why I try and use the name Crads as much as possible. I'm also the captain of TYT, I guess. I try and do as much as humanly possible as I can with TYT. I really tried to grind the game out when we first started on Call of Duty Ghosts. I wasn't really happy with how I played. I felt like not a very strong player, but over time I put a lot of hours into it, you know, picked up for teams, you know, playing 8s a lot, and I feel like a pretty strong individual player now. I also try and do as much as possible, you know, when it comes to Twitter, YouTube. I try and upload pretty much every single day. I'm also up to like 3, 4 a.m. always like emailing, you know, talking to sponsors, sorting out meetings and everything like that. So yeah, that's me. So TYT basically kind of formed when we were at G2. Gfinity 2, we went as a spectator, myself and Benny was there, and we were watching it. We were like, oh yo, this would be so cool to play. And if you guys remember, we did the YouTuber All-Star Showdown back in Gfinity offices, where they were trying to like raise the profile a little bit, and we were playing in a competitive setting on Black Ops 2, and it was really enjoyable. And me and Benny was like, alright, this would be interesting, you know, and speaking to the guys at Gfinity, and they were like, yo, we want to, you know, get a pro in and a YouTuber, and a pro teach a YouTuber how to play and get them into competitive, because competitive have really tried to get YouTubers involved, you know, really trying and build the you know, the competitive scene recently. So we kind of seen that and was like, all right, let's just have a go at competitive. Let's see how we'll do. You know, Insomulus, we knew he was a great public player. We know Benny's a good public player. I thought myself was pretty good at publics. Then we did ask iTemp if he wanted to be in the team, and he didn't. So we ended up picking up QwiKer than you. And Shay was playing competitive for about 6 months beforehand. He had definitely the most competitive experience. We headed to EGL 12. Bit of fun, bit of laughter. We went with the motive, yo, let's try and win a map. And we ended up winning a couple of series, and it's kind of funny because in Black Ops 2, yo, I didn't even know the hardpoint rotations. I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. I was on the wrong side of the map when the hardpoint was changing. I didn't know. And we ended up getting to winners bracket round 4 before losing to Orbit, I think it's the new infused squad. Ugh, bit tired like, but yeah, we got to winners bracket round 4, and I believe we came like top 24. And then when Call of Duty Ghosts come out, we really kind of wanted to pursue competitive a lot more, because everyone was on like an even playing field. You know, we was 11 months behind, obviously, with Black Ops 2. So Ghosts are more even playing field. We went to EGL Series. I believe we placed in 10th place, and then we've just done obviously the Call of Duty Champs run and managed to get into the last 8 in the UK. But unfortunately, we fell a little bit short and lost to Orbit at the London LAN event. So yeah, that was the, you know, the forming of TYT. The goal with TYT is a bit of an interesting one. Because we're primarily YouTubers, obviously we already have people supporting us as an individual and as a team, you know, people on Twitter, you know, really supportive. You're really supportive in Twitch and on YouTube. Everything like that, people are hugely supportive of. And in the European community, there's not really a team people get behind. You know, there's not really a team that people support like in North America. You've got Optic, you've got Envy, you've got Curse Las Vegas. Everyone like that, people are hugely supportive. And within Europe, there's not really a team like that, you know, bar Vitality, you know, especially within UK. There's not really a team like that. You have Epsilon and TCM, but they don't really get massive, you know, numbers and viewers on their streams. And, you know, when the stream, like they're playing at MRG, you don't see the chat like filled with, yo, go Epsilon, go Epsilon, go Epsilon. So we've seen like a huge market within Europe, and esports is growing hugely. We weren't really enjoying Publix anyway, so it was like, all right, let's just try it. We ended up really enjoying it, so people on my streams were really enjoying it, people on YouTube were really enjoying it, and basically seeing that transition from a public player into a competitive player, I thought that transition was really well, like in the streams, you can see the progression from us. And, you know, I think there's a market within Europe, within the competitive scene, and I think there is space for a team that, you know, the community can really get behind. And I'm not saying we're going to be that team, but it would be awesome if there was that possibility. I mean, we were trending the other day, like we got worldwide trend on Saturday night just because, you know, we were playing Orbit, and that's when we lost. Like, imagine if we won, man, Twitter would have blew up. But yeah, like that's one of the reasons for TYT. You know, we feel like we could possibly be that team that people could relate to and people could support, and we really just want to pursue it, man. We really enjoy it, so who knows? I think our overall goal, we don't really have an overall goal. I think the current goal we have is trying to get into the top 8 teams within the UK. We'd really like to, you know, play the likes of Tech, Aware, those guys, and do well on a consistent basis. Now, I'm not saying like beat them every time, like that's never gonna happen. But, you know, just play them and have close games every now and then. You know, when we're playing them in series, you know, 3-1, 3-2, you know, we win occasionally. Just being that kind of team, I feel right now we're just below that. Like, we can't compete with them just yet, but we're not too far behind. So after a couple of weeks or a couple of months of grinding and practicing, I really want to start touching that top 8 in the UK. And I feel the team feels that there's a potential there if we put in the correct amount of time, we play correctly, we scrim correctly, and we do this whole competitive correctly, that possibly, and there's a potential to do that. But then again, it's if we dedicate ourselves to it. So a lot of questions I always get is, what's your most like favorite competitive game you've currently played, or the least competitive game you've probably played? I think the best game that I've personally played so far would be the game against the old Orbit squad in the Call of Duty League. I know there was that drama within the Blitz game, and then we went into the domination on Sovereign. And I don't think I've ever been like so hyped and so pumped, because we beat them both sides. We beat them both sides, and I feel like I played pretty well. The team played really well, and we was getting so excited and so pumped. You know, so there's quite a lot to play for. It was quite a lot to play for, you know, going to London, and it would have been the difference, you know, possibly between playing like Insidia or TCM or someone like that. So we got so excited, we got so into it. It was on stream, the support was crazy on Twitter, on MOG, everything like that. And that was probably my favorite game so far. My least favorite game that I've probably played, definitely the last game we just played at the LAN event against Insidia, or the new Orbit squad. You know, we didn't play well as a team, we didn't communicate, it was on stage, you know, we had loads of people supporting us and wishing us luck, and we just didn't turn up for the first 2 maps, and by the time that's happened, it was pretty much game over. I was really annoyed. I just felt like we didn't put enough practice in, we weren't prepared, and we just had a really lack of experience, and I felt really gutted and down. I felt we let people down who were supporting us. So yeah, that sucked. I would love to play at future like Gfinity events and MOG events. I'm pretty sure Gfinity is of course invitational only, so the only way we'd ever get an invite to something like that is if we prove ourselves at a LAN event, so like iSeries or EGL, we ended up like winning or something like that. I think last year there was a couple of teams who actually qualified online, but we're not really the best online team. Benny's connection absolutely sucks. But MLG event obviously is open invitational. Anyone can go in via the open bracket. Of course, flying a whole team out is going to cost a lot of money. So obviously, the only way we'd actually be able to play or be able to do an MLG event is, of course, sponsorships, and if it was financially, you know, viable. So who knows in the future? We might do. I really hope we get to, but I think we have a long way to go before that happens. We'll be attending EGL and I Series like pretty much 100% this year, and as many as possible really. Of course, finances will play a part, but of course, you know, whatever we can do, we'll try and do. You know, every online tournament we try and play as much as possible. The 2K series to try and get pro points and to get better seeding for online tournaments and to get better seeding for any tournament really. We try and do as much as possible, but it really just trying to like build the brand up currently, try and build our Twitter up, our YouTube up, our streaming up, and build our name up a little bit within Europe. But you know, it takes a long time. It does take a long time, but I feel we're getting there. And you know, I'm hoping that we can, you know, do something good at the next couple of LAN events, and you know, maybe get like top 6 or top 8 or something like that. I think that's pretty much everything I have to say. I just want to give a huge thank you to you guys who watch the videos, who watch the streams, who support us on Twitter, everything like that. To all you haters, whatever. Hopefully you'll like us one day. Maybe. I don't know. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Leave a like rating if you enjoyed this kind of video. Might ask the teammates to also make one of these as well. But nevertheless, guys, I see you all probably tomorrow. Have a great day. Peace out.